Recently, I conducted a need-based assessment survey for autistic parents and interviewed many of them, 76 precisely, on a one-on-one video call for 30 minutes. Sometimes it did pass the time limits as well, but the amount of response I got is phenomenal. I'd like to thank you all genuinely from the bottom of my heart who participated in the survey. Thanks for all the trust, the support, the patience you have shown is unparalleled. We got to know interesting stories, experiences, facts, confusion, difficulties, heartbreaks. Thanks much once again for trusting me, for being vulnerable. I am all hearts. I assure all your ideas and thoughts are safe with me and would be confidential forever. We got some interesting, disturbing facts I would just like to talk about that in a bit later. It's needed in this video, but we will start with the most asked queries on supplemental benefits, Leucovorin, on gaps. We would talk about it. Please stay till end. Hello lovely parents, this is your dietitian and CGP Pooja, and welcome back to my corner of the healing world. Welcome back GAPS families. Today we are tackling one of the most confusing and controversial topics in the healing journey, supplements. On one hand, the GAPS diet is proudly and fundamentally a food healing protocol. Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride designed it to provide everything the body needs from nutrient-dense, properly prepared foods. On the other hand, as parents of autistic children, we are bombarded with list of must-have supplements for, methylation, detox, and gut support. So what's the truth? Do we need them? It is a betrayal of GAPS principles, or are they a necessary breach for our uniquely challenged children? Today we are going to cut through the noise. We will talk about a strategic minimalist supplement philosophy, and we will do a very deep dive on one of the most talked about nutrients, folinic acid. We will explore why it's important, the big debate around it, and most importantly, how we might get it from our GAPS kitchen fast. There is a strategic trio before we get to folinic acid. Let's lay the groundwork. In my work with advanced GAPS restoration, I generally see three categories where targeted supplementation can be a crucial temporary bridge while we work to heal the gut so that food can eventually do the job. It's therapeutic strength probiotics. This is the one supplement Dr. Natasha herself emphasizes. Why? Because in a severely dysbiotic gut, the beneficial bacteria are often missing in action, while fermented foods are phenomenal for maintaining a healthy microbiome. They may not be strong enough to recolonize a gut that's been already overrun by pathogens. A high quality multi-strain probiotic acts like a reinforcement troop, helping to crowd out the bad guys so the gut lining can begin to heal. This is often a temporary measure for like 6 to 12 months. Second would be digestive enzymes. Many of our children have severely compromised digestion. Their stomach acid may be low and their pancreatic enzyme output may be weak. This means that even the beautiful healing foods we give to them aren't being broken down properly. Undigested food particles feed bad bacteria and contribute to leaky gut. A broad spectrum digestive enzymes given at the start of the meal can be a game changer. acting as external digestion while we work to restore their internal fire. Again, this is a tool, not a life sentence, and definitely not required for everybody. I will, of course, check through the blood parameters before recommending any of sort. Third will be vitamin D3 and K2. This is a modern necessity. Our children are often indoors, and even when outside, we use sunscreen in social scenarios. The primary natural source of vitamin D is sunlight on bare skin. Since most are deficient and vitamin D is a critical immune and neurological modulator, supplementing with D3 paired with K2 to ensure calcium goes to the bones, not the arteries, is often a prudent foundational support that I like to recommend often to my parents from Western countries. Now let's get into the heart, the most asked topic of today's, folinic acid, and the entire methylation conversation for our autistic children. First, what is methylation? Think of it as the body's billions of tiny cellular on-off switches. It is a biochemical process crucial for DNA repair, detoxification, neurotransmitter production like serotonin and dopamine, and immune function. When it's not working optimally, a common finding in autism, many systems can go haywire. Folinic acid, also known as leucovorin, is a metabolically active reduced form of folate. It's a key player in the methylation cycle. Many practitioners recommend supplementing with it to support this cycle. However, there is a significant problem. The pharmaceutical version of folinic acid, leucovorin, is synthesized in a lab and can contain undesirable binders and fillers, what we would call toxic load in the GAPS world. But here is the critical, often missed point. Folinic acid is found abundantly in nature. Our goal should not be to rely on a synthetic version indefinitely, but to use food to provide the raw materials in high absorption state and cofactors the body needs to run its methylation cycle efficiently. So where do we find natural folinic acid and its cofactors on the GAPS diet? First, organ meats. The ultimate source, this is the number one most powerful food, liver, especially from chicken, lamb, is phenomenally rich in bioavailable folate and the entire B vitamin complex needed for methylation. This is why I am so passionate about finding ways to include liver, its nature's perfect multivitamin for methylation support. Second, leafy green vegetables. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, chard, always well processed and cooked for GAPS. That I would teach how to process actually correctly in my program, are excellent sources of natural folate. Third will be egg yolks. Pasture raised egg yolks are a rich source of choline and B vitamins, key methyl donors. Number 4 would be the full nutrient symphony. Methylation doesn't just need folate, it needs B12, B6, zinc and magnesium. A GAPS diet rich in good quality meat, B12, poultry, B6, meat stock, zinc, magnesium and well cooked vegetables provides this full symphony. For vegetarians, there would be other possible customization. Our strategy therefore is a food first methylation support plan. We design the diet to be incredibly rich in the foods I just mentioned. We ensure the child is consuming liver regularly, even if hidden, plenty of egg yolks, daily servings of cooked greens and high quality animal proteins. We work on healing the gut so that these nutrients can be properly absorbed. However, I must be realistic. For a child starting with profound gut damage, severe dysbiosis, and a history of a standard American diet, their ability to absorb and utilize these nutrients from food may be critically impaired in the beginning. Their methylation cycle may be so stalled that they need a jump start. In these specific clinical cases, using a clean, high quality, non pharmaceutical folinic acid supplements, often combined with methylocobalamin, that is B12, for a limited period, say 3 to 6 months, can be strategic therapeutic intervention. The goal is never dependence. The goal is to use the supplement as a temporary crutch to support cellular function while we aggressively heal the gut with the GAPS protocol. As gut health improves, we slowly reduce the supplemental dose as we see the child thriving on the food based sources. So, how do you navigate this in your home? 1. Heal the gut first. Your primary focus is implementing the GAPS diet correctly. The stocks, the ferments, the removal of irritants, this is the foundation for all nutrient absorption. 2. Maximize food based nutrients. Aggressively incorporates liver, egg yolks, and greens using all your sensory friendly strategies. Number 3 will be consider testing, not guessing. If progress is stalled despite perfect diet, consider an organic acid test or a genetic test like MTHFR to understand your child's unique biochemistry. Data over guesswork. Number 4 is supplementing, choose wisely. If you and your practitioner decide supplementation is needed, seek out a pure, clean folinic acid from a reputable functional medicine brand. Avoid the pharmaceutical Leucovorin if possible. Number 5, re-evaluate constantly. Every 3 months, ask, is this supplement still needed? Can we reduce the dose? Is my child's diet now robust enough to take over? Remember, the power of GAPS is in its focus on food as foundational medicine. Supplements should never replace a poor diet, but they can help in some cases. Be a thoughtful, temporary adjunct to a superb diet while the body's own system are being repaired. Your mission is to become a master of the GAPS kitchen, turning liver into pate, meat stock into daily sustenance, and vegetables into delicious dishes. In doing so, you are providing the most bioavailable, synergistic form of folate and methylation support possible. You are not just following a diet, you are conducting a symphony of healing with real food as your orchestra. If you follow me on Instagram, you must have seen my recent post on reality check regarding autism recovery. This one I mean. I would share my Insta link if you want to have a quick look. There the message was clear for the parents that are finding a solution for their daily hustle with their autistic kids, that you need to refrain yourself from falling into the trap of certain people using a fake storyline of recovering their autistic kids that actually never had autism, just to sell expensive programs, products, supplements, juices and whatnots. Being a mom of an autistic kid, I know how you feel. I can relate with your anxieties, your heartbreaks, your traumas. I know how it feels when you are betrayed, left confused, scammed, if I say, with hell lot of money, yet no certain results, or at least the feeling of being heard, understood, supported, guided when most needed. I know them all, been there, done that, got scammed, defamed, but I choose my kids' progress above everything else. I would use that word, progress, over recovery, as recovery means to return to a normal state of health, mind, or strength from most certainly a diseased condition. Now, autism is not a disease, never was. Being autistic is absolutely normal, just like being you and me, the neurotypicals. You need to understand these things first. If you don't have a disease, what are you recovering from? We just help the kids to get out from a very stressed, discomforting, stuck body that are, stopping them to be the best version of themselves. If I show you my kids' progress or assessment results, which I am planning to show you that at some point of time as well, you might say, okay, she is mostly recovered, but I will say she is progressing. We are progressing day by day. I will definitely show you how this looks actually. My kid is going to be 9 on January. I'm working for and with her from when she was diagnosed at the age of 2.5 years almost. We traveled a long possible way. I have the necessary knowledge, expertise along with experiences. Certainly, if you want some sort of recovery from autism, which shows you a 1-year-old baby being nonverbal with no proof of diagnosis of autism, suddenly performing like a typical child at the age of 4 with the help of these and these medications, supplements, juices, potions, some mega god level self-acclaimed stolen protocol which tells you you have no access to help after 6 months of completion of this program, then definitely I am not your diet coach or guide. Please feel free to work with such and such a person whom you think could get you the desired result that you want. In my GAPS program, your result is guaranteed. If you are giving your 100%, I will be giving you my 200% so that you get the result. My program is for 6 months, of course, and you need to submit the designated inputs, homeworks by then, but I am totally accessible after that whenever you need me until you get your desired results. If you want to know more about that or interested to work along, please go on and book a 1-on-1 free GAPS clarity call from the link provided in the description box below. If this video resonated with you and opened your eyes, please share it with another parent who needs to see it. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more such truth-telling content. You can't work alone. Everybody needs a guide. Even coaches needed coaching. Just choose your coach wisely. Thank you for watching, and I hope to speak with you personally in a clarity call soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye.